On the 14th of November 1942, for 2 days the US fleet, including the famous aircraft carrier, the USS Enterprise, had been stuck in heavy fighting with the Imperial Japanese forces off Guadalcanal. During the night, led by the battleship Kirishima, a fleet was heading towards Guadalcanal, which the Americans and the Japanese were fighting over, to assault the US Marines and pilots stationed on the island. The South Dakota and the battleship USS Washington had been sent to intercept them. The USS Washington was a North Carolina battleship. Her armament was 9 16-inch guns, 25-inch rifles, and more than a dozen anti-aircraft guns. At 12:15 a.m. in the morning, the Washington picked up the location of the Imperial forces on its radar. They were 10 miles away, just to the east of an island called Savo Island. When they got closer, before the Imperial forces realized what's happening, the USS Washington's 16-inch guns opened fire into them. In less than 3 minutes, the Washington's barrage fired 42 rounds from her main batteries. The Washington heavily damaged the Kirishima. The Americans had the heavier firepower, while the Japanese had heavier torpedoes, but the Japanese were unable to bring the torpedoes to their full potential. The US troops on the island could see the battle raging. After heavy fighting, the Kirishima's crew was forced to abandon ship, as she was heavily damaged and fires were raging across the ship. The South Dakota and the Washington opened fire into the rest of the ships, mauling them. 242 Americans died, and 249 Japanese were killed. The battleship Kirishima was scuttled the next day. This battle destroyed any hope for the Japanese to win the Battle of Guadalcanal. They had to let the Americans keep Guadalcanal. It was very strategically important and had been bitterly fought over, but the Japanese could not take it back.